Uphold, guide, and protect them. Make them wise in the exercise of their authority. Give them courage to correct any error. Protect them from danger. And make them instruments of your peace. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning. I want to thank everybody for being here today. It's truly an honor for me to be able to stand up here today and talk to you and share my appreciation for all the individuals that are being honored here today. I want to thank the Theodore Roosevelt Association. It's truly impressive that they have dedicated so much of their effort to recognize these officers that have done far beyond what is expected of them. The act of joining the police department and serving your community is a difficult charge. We understand the complexity and the dynamics that have changed in our world today that makes policing a very, very difficult endeavor. Yet people still come out each and every day and they serve the citizens, take risks beyond what they are expected to. The demands that the society places on these officers are extreme, and they answer the call. And then we have a group of officers like the ones that are here today, that not only have they faced those difficult challenges that are beyond what most people have to occur each and every day as they go to and from work and serve in that capacity as a police officer for whatever city that they serve. In Dallas, we've experienced a lot of adversity, especially recently, but officers continue to come to work and do the job. The ones that we honor today have taken a step beyond that. They have overcome something that many of us have not had to experience in our lives. Not only have they fought that battle and persevered and gone beyond that, but after winning the battle, they came back to work, back into the trenches to continue to fight. So it is really an honor for me to be able to stand here today and say how much I appreciate their efforts, what they do each and every day, how much I respect what they had to go through to get back on this department and serve this city. So it is truly, truly an honor to be able to say that I am proud to wear the same uniform as each and every one of you. It's beyond words when we talk about what they've actually accomplished in their life to come back and serve this city and not give up and continue to fight. So I can't even think of a higher way to praise them. That's the best I could come up with today, but it doesn't seem fitting for what all they've been through and what they continue to do now. So I thank each and every one of you, and I thank you for allowing us to be here today and recognize them and give them the praise that they deserve. Thank you all for being here.
We've been at this now 19 years, so we have 18 of our past recipients, and I hope that some of them I know that some of them are here. We've been doing this long enough now that some of them who are here are retired. But let me recognize those who have gone before, beginning with Ron and Scarlett, who is our first recipient. Ron, why don't you stand up if you're able to?
Short show?
No, David Llewellyn's here, and Thomas Sissio is here, I know. Tony Crawford is with us. I don't know, is Kenneth Hall here? I haven't seen him. Fred Catani. Sherry Golden, I know, is with us today. And Douglas Brady, I don't know that he's here. I know Laura Beatty is here. Joseph Mullen, Jerry Poston, Curtis Brazil, Jerry Borchardt, Richard Witt, Jimmy Hollis, Kevin Scahill. Kevin's here. So if you would, let's again. Now turn it back over to Stuart.
Those of you who've been here before are familiar with this little speech I'm about to give on the history of the Theodore Roosevelt Association. But steel yourselves and get ready to hear it again. The Texas chapter of the Theodore Roosevelt Association is one of several local chapters throughout the country, all under the auspices of the National Theodore Roosevelt Association. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with the association, it was chartered by the United States Congress in 1920 with the stated purpose of perpetuating the memory and ideals of Theodore Roosevelt, our country's 26th president. According to the association's mission statement, the main objective of the National Association and its various local chapters is to instill in all who may be interested an appreciation for and understanding of the values, policies, cares, concerns, interests, and ideals that Theodore Roosevelt held. To that end, the association has reconstructed Theodore Roosevelt's birthplace, the Brownstone House in New York City, assembled the TR Presidential Collection of over 12,000 books and pamphlets, 3,500 cartoons, 10,000 photographs, and thousands of letters, manuscripts, and other materials. Purchased what was then Annalaston Island, the Potomac River in Washington, D.C., and presented it to the federal government as Theodore Roosevelt Island in 1932. And certainly not least, purchased and restored TR's home, Sagamore Hill, in Oyster Bay, New York, and opened it to the public in 1953. Most significantly for today's purposes, the various association chapters also sponsor annual awards for police officers who've overcome handicaps and rendered outstanding service. The association introduced the first police award in New York City for its police department in 1983. Since its organization in 1995, the local Texas chapter has periodically recognized a Dallas police officer. As many of you know, prior to becoming president, Theodore Roosevelt was the police commissioner of New York City. He once famously commented that no man is above the law and no man is below it. And this perhaps best exemplifies his approach as police commissioner. According to eminent Roosevelt biographer William Harbaugh, never in the department's history had the law been so effectively and dramatically enforced. Never had there been seen so many basic and sweeping reforms. During the remainder of his lifetime, his support of the police never faltered and was in fact almost legendary. TR would certainly appreciate that every day in Dallas and in other cities throughout the country, our policemen and women encounter hardships and sacrifices to make our lives and property more secure. All of us who are members of the association consider it an honor to salute them at our annual award ceremony and to thank them for a job well done. It's my pleasure now to turn the podium over to Dr. Michael Harris, who will present this year's award.
Chief Hughes, officers of the Dallas Police Department, and distinguished guests, we thank you for the opportunity to present this award. Well, in 1910, about the time the Dallas Police Department was getting their very first automobile, Theodore Roosevelt gave a speech at the Sorbonne in Paris concerning the obligations of citizens in a republic. And in that speech, he talked about the man in the arena. Today, of course, we would certainly include women in the arena. And he famously remarked that it is not the critic who counts. And all of us are painfully aware of the criticism that police officers receive every day. But he said, it is not the man, it's not the critic who counts. It is not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. But the credit belongs to the person in the arena, whose face is marred with dust and sweat and blood, who may fall short, but actually strives to do the deeds, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails by daring greatly, so that their place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Our award recipient today, like all of the men and women in law enforcement, serve as shining examples of the person Roosevelt described in these speeches. They are in the arena every day of their professional lives. No one in law enforcement knows if their day is going to be a routine one until it's over. Every day they show up not knowing whether that will be the one day they would like to have back. And we really do not need to tell you, I think, that this is an award the honor that we have bestowing this award today, it's not an award that anyone seeks, but it is a recognition that will continue to be given in the future because of the nature of bodily risks that are inherent in the job that these men and women do every day. Now, Theodore Roosevelt was not only a great supporter of law enforcement, but also of the United States Navy. At one time, he was Assistant Secretary of the Navy. And he was particularly an admirer of the great commander during the Revolutionary War, John Paul Jones. Jones once remarked that, "I wish to have no connection with a ship that does not sail fast, for I intend to sail in harm's way." And similarly, our police officers place themselves in harm's way so that we citizens of the community can go about our lives peacefully every day. As a physician who has spent some time on the trauma service at Parkland Hospital, seeing all types of injuries, even today I'm still in awe of these men and women and the extent of the physical injuries and the life-threatening diseases that they experience, and yet return to duty. If one listed all of the injuries and conditions that our honorees have received, we would be here all afternoon, and it would read like a textbook of medicine and trauma. And the recipient of our award today, again, exemplifies these great stories of almost unbelievable degrees of physical injury and yet recovery to return to duty. It'll make you hurt just to read in the program the injuries that Detective Lujan experienced on the night of November 8th, 2015. But due to God's intervention, the skills of physicians, numerous medical personnel, the support of his family and all of you officers, not only did Ed make a remarkable recovery, returning to part-time duty in less than 6 months, but to full duty in less than a year. But not only that, he inspired other people who had serious central nervous system injuries to improve and become independent. And I think it would surprise no one who knows that he is not simply a police officer. He's also a lay minister at St. Anne's Catholic Church in Coppell. He's teaches Bible study. He helps with the swim team, the assist the officer program, and also the Special Olympics. He is truly an inspiration to all of us. From Marcella to Brandon, to your mother-in-law, your brother-in-law, all of the family, we all share your joy that Ed is with us today to receive the Theodore Roosevelt Association Police Award, which is given not only in Dallas, but in cities all across the country in this great nation of ours, to honor the men and women who represent the very best examples of duty, service, and courage. So, Detective Ed Lujan, if you would come forward, please.
And all of your friends, all of the officers and the citizens of Dallas, we want to thank you for your 21 years of service to the Dallas Police Department. You are truly a shining example of the very best who wear the uniform and risk your lives every day to support our citizens. And so on behalf of the Theodore Roosevelt Association, I want you to accept this bust of the 26th president, a medal which has the 26th president's image on it, and also a check for $2,000. Thank you again for your service.
Y'all can sit down. Again, I want to thank the committee, our ex-president, our command staff, Chief Hughes, all my family and friends. I wouldn't be here without you guys. This is my moment. Thank you guys. When this accident occurred, I was told that I wasn't going to be the same again. I wasn't going to see again. I wasn't going to walk again. I wasn't going to be a functional human being. But in time, I would get better. But throughout the days that I was in the hospital, I saw the outpour of support from my family and friends and my coworkers. And something inside me said, I gotta get better. So whatever it took, whatever strength God gave me, I did it. It hurts every day, but I'm just very fortunate to be here with you all to say thank you. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank everybody that's here. Richard Hardy, your family, your son, who used to come and sing to me. Greg, who I just met, my neighbor, a month or two before moving in. He'd come and see me every day. People that would bring food to my family and friends, the officers who stayed with me 24 hours a day. Just countless officers, I can't thank you so much. My unit in financial investigations, things that you just did for me and my family. To Sergeant Jabbar, Sergeant Lieutenant, Sergeant Jabbar was with me when he went to the hospital in the ambulance, and he's one of the reasons that I'm here today, because he stood by me, stood by my family, and he told me he'd take care of him in case I didn't come back. So I want to thank you. I'd like to thank the associations, all the associations for stepping up, regardless of what membership you belong to. You all assisted in me and my family in my recovery financially. So I want to say thank you to all associations involved. Special thanks to my immediate family, for Frank, Maria, Alex, who are here today, my mother-in-law, my son Brandon, and of course I can't forget my wife, Marcella. I spent days at the hospital, never leaving my sight, and making the decisions that I used to make in order to keep the ship going. So I want to thank you very much for everything. And again, I'm very humbled to receive this award. I'd like to thank the past recipients. Again, you guys are my inspiration that I'm here, and I want to tell you thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.